guys. This is Dr. Arva Chatterjee, and today we are having an esteemed guest from Mumbai who is not seeing only patients in Mumbai but seeing patients all over the world. Please welcome Dr. Gaurang Gaikwad. Hello, Bhaiya. How are you?
I'm doing very good, Olga. Thank you for inviting me.
Uh, most of the homeopathic world knows him. There's no need for introduction as a whole, and he is a well-known speaker, a very good auditor, and he has written various so many books, and he has co-authored two or three books with Dr. Sunil Sarkar. So please welcome Dr. Gaurang, and Bhaiya, it's all yours. So we have been discussing about mental health and homeopathy for quite number of weeks. We started our journey in July first week, and right now we are in August middle. And while discussing all about this mental health and its relation with homeopathic treatment, I have discussed a lot of medicines in relation to various kinds of mental illness. Today we are here with Dr. Gaura to discuss what are his views, what are his approaches in seeing various kind of cases with mental illnesses. So, without wasting further time, I would like to ask Bhaiya, what kind of cases generally do you see in your practice, in your clinic, and in your online consultations? What are the majority of the cases which you find?
Okay. So yeah, Olga. So as you already spoke, so I see cases mainly in Mumbai, but I also see cases all over India and the world. Also, I see cases all across.
Hmm.
But mainly, my chunk of my practice is mainly hormonal cases and autoimmune cases.
Hmm.
So autoimmune diseases, hormonal cases like polycystic ovarian disease, thyroid issues, autoimmune thyroid issues, endometriosis, infertility, and so on, prolactinomas. So that's the main chunk of the disease that I see. But as you know, Orga, the main root cause of many of these diseases, almost majority of the diseases, is in the state of mind. So when we study any case in today's times, and we try to understand what the end products are, what the symptoms are, when we go back into the history, we can actually find out the root cause of how the problem started, and you can actually understand the deeper patterns. What was that disharmonious state that caused that person to formulate the disease? So in today's time, all diseases are mind and body together. They are like two
Psychosomatic,
sides of the,
basically.
exactly, they're two sides of the same coin. And when you read a lot of research work done in the world, not only by Hahnemann, but great writers and doctors, right from Hippocrates till now, to even works of Bruce Lipton and all even Eckhart Tolle, who wrote about Power of Now. You realize that the mind has the power to even reverse very chronic, difficult, obstinate diseases
True.
from itself. So the power of mind is much bigger than what you and me can even imagine, that even doctors of today can imagine. The power of the mind is beyond anything. And that's why, just where I sit, next to where I sit, I put this, because this is my true inspiration. You can see here, all power is within you. You can do anything and everything. So this guy is my main inspiration in a lot of my work that he does, Swami Vivekananda. And that's why whenever I come to Kolkata, Orga, which I normally come at least once a year or at least once in 2 years. In fact, I had come last in, I think in December. I went to Belur Mutt, and it's one of the most special places of my life. I want to find out time, and every year I want to come there. It just takes me to another level.
Glad to hear
Yeah,
that, and I always look forward to meeting you
thank
whenever
you.
you are in
So,
Calcutta. So, Bhaiya,
absolutely,
I would like to intervene you within your conversation. Just
sure.
wanted to ask one thing because in Kolkata, as we and or West Bengal or in the eastern side, people are not so much bothered about what is the mental state of their health. Even if they had any suppressed emotions or anger or certain issues, they tend to keep it more suppressed. And until and unless it is very much poked around, generally people are not open with how they feel and about their emotions. In the West, I would like to know about this state of mind. What is the scenario of the state of mind of the patients which you see in Mumbai? I'm not saying the rest of the world in this
Yeah,
scenario,
yeah.
because we are.
I will tell about that also. Yeah.
Hmm.
So Orga, I've been very lucky because I got a chance to spend time both in the east and the west. So as you already know, I spent a lot of my in my internship about 8 months, 7 to 8 months I spent in Kolkata with uh, our mentor Dr. Sarkar, and also with many other doctors including Subhas Singh sir and LM Khan. And then I came back to Mumbai and I studied with Dr. Sankaran and many other prominent doctors. So I got a little bit of a training from all across. And I also got a chance to go to Europe where I went and I saw many cases as well. And there also I saw a few people's work. You know, I went to Heiner Fry's clinic, I sat with him, I saw what he does, and so on. So what I'm trying to basically tell you in practice is it's just the way of looking at the cases. I believe, and I will not talk about today's homeopaths because I mean, it's not right for me to talk about them. But I'll talk to you about West Bengal School of Homeopathy, which I have very high regards and I admire a lot. So all these great homeopaths, right from Bholanath Chakraborty to doctors like uh, Dr. B.K. Bose to N.M. Chaudhary, all these great, or P.C. Paul, as Dr. Sarkar very often tells us, or M.M. Datta, they were masters in observations.
True.
So they were able to pick up things without the patients talking about it. This is the
True.
greatness about them.
True. True. True.
And this is something that is very special about West Bengal School of Homeopathy. This is not very very common in other schools of homeopathy. The thing about them is they are able to observe things very very fast. They are able to pick up things very very sharply. They are able to connect the mind and body. I will give you one example. Maybe uh, it may be of some interesting use for you. One of my days when I was working with Dr. Sarkar, this is about, I don't know, 10 or 11 years back. uh, this Yeah, so this patient had come, and the only thing I remember about this patient who had come to see Dr. Sarkar was he had a very very um, what you call it as very very loud eructations, you know, like that. And he had huge gastric issues, and he was diagnosed of hiatus hernia and big files he had got. And he just kept showing files and files and files to sir, and I was sitting next to him, and he was talking in Bangla that, you know, uh, uh, uh,
Full flow of
যন্ত্র ন
Bengali.
হবে, yeah, যন্ত্র ন হবে. And that time whatever little bit I could learn, I could understand that he was trying to say that there's a lot of suffering. And um, Dr. Sarkar looked at him, and you know what he picked up was very interesting. He told me, you know, this person has problems, but he's exaggerating his problems. He's magnifying his problems, and that's why I'm going to just share the screen if you don't mind,
Sure.
Olga. So he showed me this 2 or 3 symptoms which I will show you. Okay, I'm just opening the repertory. This is a large repertory. This is a complete repertory, and he showed symptoms like, I will show. You can see this. Exaggerating her complaints, if you can see. Number one. The
Maximum
number two
shooting.
symptom. The number two symptom is not written here. And number two symptom is that he took
Eructation.
was, yeah, eructations, which are
Hysterical.
very loud.
Loud
Which are
eructation.
very loud, yes, and they are hysterical. You're right. You're right. And yes, and then out of this, then he prescribed the patient the remedy asafoetida,
Asafoetida.
hing. And one of the reason he told me, and you can read this from Fatak, and he has written very nicely. You can see, magnifies her symptoms, craves sympathy. Huh? Very interesting. And he said this kind of explosive eructations
Eructation.
is there only in asafoetida. So so this is the way Bengali homeopaths observe. They try to connect the main physical symptom to the main mind symptom. This is the way I learned in West Bengal. Um,
And also, I would
uh,
like to add in the same prospect, same
sure.
hysterical eructations. According to Dr. Sarkar itself, I'm not saying this from my own. Hysterical
Yeah, yeah.
eructations with uh, various sources of grief in the past history. and he prescribed Ignatia. And Ignatia is also having similar kind of loud eructations, and it is also considered to be hysterical eructations.
True.
And the patient, even on a follow-up, I saw the patient. The first thing what was observant was that eructations were gone. The constant he was after sitting in his private chamber, the patient was after a few minutes. Oh, he was doing constantly like this. He did not
Yeah.
means exaggerate his symptoms like the one of asafoetida, but and after certain moments of time, then there was whenever he was talking, he was like, "हाँ, doctor, वो की बोलबो." This involuntary sighing was there, and as just I've seen him prescribe asafoetida. Due to this loud eructation, I just suggested, sir, asafoetida, right? Like, you're seeing just the eructation, you just misplay, you did not observe his sign. Like, just observe few minutes, and after observing, after every few sentences, he was like, this thing he did not notice it himself. And sir just showed me ki this is called involuntary sighing. That was like 3 or 4 years back when I just started to go to Dr. Sarkar's clinic. At that time he showed me ki, like, you did not notice this thing, you noticed the hysterical eructation, and you said asafoetida it's very good, but you did not notice this long sign. So this is the way uh, basically sir is a kind of a stalwart. This is the way they observe things, and with that only we are trying to catch up many things which are objective in the patient, like when they are speaking, if they are smiling we are taking it into consideration. If they are even constantly making a furrow in their with their eyebrows, we are constantly noticing that, we are observing that. These things we are noticing, bhaiya, and I have learned everything what I have learned, I have learned from sir itself, like you.
Yeah.
And bhaiya, what I another wanted to thing I wanted to ask you, in basically you said that in most of the chronic diseases, in most of the organic complaints, in most of the hormonal pathologies itself, mental symptoms are quite important, and these have a lot, most of them are psychosomatic in time. But in your practice, that is Mumbai based practice, not the international one, do you get patients, means do you get people who are actually means trying to consult you with depression and anxiety or some sort of fear? Do you get patients like that? Because in West
Absolutely.
Bengal we don't get
Absolutely.
patients like this kind of
No, no,
direct.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I see all kinds of patients, and also there's a little bit more awareness in Mumbai compared to maybe in West Bengal, maybe where the awareness about the health, the diseases is more.
And
Patients know about
mental.
what they're having. Mental illnesses like obsessive compulsive disorder, anxiety disorder, even even cases of schizophrenia, depression, post traumatic stress disorder are fairly common in my practice as well. And very often they are connected to some deeper pathology like
Definitely.
gallstones, like liver cirrhosis or polycystic ovarian disease or something. Patients come to me, sit in front of me, and they will often say that I have come to you for polycystic ovarian disease. And when I ask them what are your other problem, and somewhere they'll say I also have OCD. So sometimes in the order of their illness, the mental health diseases comes much below to tell to a doctor. But in
But
my
still at
practice,
least they appear in the symptom in
absolutely.
the problem list, right?
Yeah,
uh,
but when I go to Europe, and when I'm now seeing online cases all across the world, many autoimmune and hormonal cases have their connections with the state of mind and mental health. And here
Definitely.
I just wanted to share with
Sure, bhaiya.
some of our followers and students, and maybe some patients as well. There are 3 or 4 areas of the case that I've seen. Um, um,
Hello.
One of the very, can you
Hmm.
hear me?
I
Are
can.
you able to hear me? Yeah.
Yes, yes,
So
I.
there are 3 or 4 areas that I focus at in the case normally, or more than anything else. One of the most important thing often is the exciting factor. I try to focus at the exciting factor. Someone tells me that I felt depressed since last 10 years. So I try to go back there and I try to understand what happened 10 years back. What was the stressful situation? and I just don't listen to the story. I don't listen to grief and give ignatia to all patients. I
Definitely.
try to go yeah, I try to go deeper there and try to understand what is their deepest pattern that got kind of excited to formulate this disease. I will give you example. One of my very very difficult case of it was a case of uh, liver cirrhosis and ascites. This guy had come to see me in my clinic, and he developed this 2 3 years back, and he said that there was a lot of depression a few years back. So I said, what happened in the depression? So he started telling me history where someone had insulted him very badly, had disappointed him, and that caused a lot of emotional outbursts to him. And after that, he developed his first liver issue. That is, he developed jaundice. So I'm just going to show the share screen here.
Sure.
So his first symptom was that he developed jaundice. So what I try to understand is that jaundice started in him after a kind of a
Stress inside.
emotional stress, where his main symptom was a lot of anger within him. And when I studied his whole history, the remedy came up to be aurum mur natronatum, and this is, you can see, given by Herring. And you can also, now I will just try to show you, if you open Clark repertory. Let's see if I can show you this. Okay, let's see. um, Maybe I will show you this in reference works. Very interesting rubric where there are very few remedies. Let's see. Yeah, you can see here, Herring has given, you can see this in the proving, after vexation jaundice. Can you see this?
Yeah, after vexation jaundice.
This is aurum unite, and then the whole pattern of his aurum mur, where his strong leadership and strong independent state of aurum, and a strong disappointment like natrum muriaticum. And he did very well, actually. He did beautifully well with aurum mur natronatum. So I was telling you about going into exciting factor and going into the causation, going deep into understanding the mental state and the root cause of the disease, which will often help you understand his deepest core. So this is one of the areas for me to understand. There are more areas that I go into in my case history. One of the another area that I often go is dreams. Dreams is very often a kind of a, Sigmund Freud has spoken about this, and I highly
Mirror of the
recommend his.
mind.
Yeah, he has written many books on understanding the dreams and subconscious state of the mind. But it's very very important to understand. And in homeopathy, understanding the dreams is often an art. And I try to go there and I try to understand. And it's important that you don't, if someone tells you I see dreams of snakes, you can't just take dreams of snakes and give lachesis or something like that. You have to really understand what it means for him or her. So one of my cases, which I saw, it was a very difficult case of uh, this guy, this dentist who had come to see me, and he was in depression, and he used to get migraines, and he was almost in a very very deeper state of depression. And he described me his depression. He used to tell me he used to get very very bad dreams, and when I asked him what are the dreams he gets, and he used to say that he used to get dreams of tigers chasing him. Huh? Tigers would come and chase him, and he would feel very scared. And when he would feel scared, he's surrounded by his family, and he's trying to help his family, but he's sometimes able to help, sometimes he's not able to help. This is a recurrent thing that he would see. So very simply, you have to now understand this with the help of homeopathic rubrics. So that's what I do. So I opened the repertory. Let me show you this, and I'll just show you how to take this. Any idea what is a remedy, Orga?
If I would suggest, there's a mm, medicine which is prepared from milk of tiger,
Milk
lac
of tiger. Okay.
lacleonium or something like that. It
Okay. Anyways, I'll
was
just show you
given.
how to take it. So
Sure.
I'll tell you the main secret, Orga, is not to think about the remedy. Is to
Hmm.
understand the pattern. And what is
Pattern.
the pattern? The pattern
It's
is
a
he sees tiger.
helplessness.
No,
He's
no.
feeling
Listen. Is
helpless.
first is the dream of tiger, number one.
Hmm.
Number two, dreams of that he's helping someone.
Hmm.
Okay, you understand? So he's trying to help someone, helping. Number two, number three, like you rightly said, that he feels extremely as if he's unable to do anything. So it's like you said, it's a very very helpless feeling, right?
Hmm.
What else will you see?
He's able to help the those people sometimes, and he's not able in certain
Yeah,
times, right?
and yes, yes, and the other dream, that the other pattern that you need to understand is that He feels that he wants to help and that he's being pursued by a lot of people. So now when you take these rubrics, just these three rubrics, you
Mm.
can see one of the remedies that come in. One is lac lupinum and one is lac defloratum. Can you see this?
Yes, yes, I can.
Then I asked him, okay, tell me what fears you have. So he said that one of his biggest fear is that whenever he's locked in a bathroom and door is suddenly closed, he feels very, very scared. So to understand this pattern, you can take fear, and you can see very nice door, less the door closed feels very scared. This is given by Pierre
Black
Schmidt. That
Death.
means that as soon as he's, yes, so this is the whole pattern of lac defloratum,
Okay.
and this beautifully the patient was helped. So now you can see how you understand the patterns of dreams, and this is how I understand. The other pattern that is also very important for us is understanding the childhood. They say that the childhood memories, the traumas in childhood, can often affect the person so much that even when he grows up, it can remain within him.
It creates
And
a personality of a person. The childhood of a person creates the whole personality of a person. What?
Exactly, the patterns are developed from the childhood onwards, sometimes genetically. So that's why I
True.
often go into child. If you want to understand, or if you ever want to understand anyone, you have to go to his childhood and understand who he was and what happened, and you will understand exactly why he is the way he is. If you ever want to know
Exactly.
anyone, in fact,
Exactly.
even if we want to become aware about our own self, we can go back to childhood and see how we were and what happened and what was the situation, and what made us who we are somewhere has a root in the childhood. So
It's
the
like
word root
this a
is,
person who is like just as an example, a person
hmm,
who we see as kind, too much kind, say causticum like kind,
hmm,
definitely has suffered some horror in the past, which has made him in this way. Some people
hmm.
from bitter experiences, some can become better, some can become bitter. So when they become better, we are getting people who are extremely kind, extremely generous. And again, some people who from their uh, whose past has been horrified, rather I would say, some of the people are don't come up to be good people. They just go towards the dark side. Correct,
So what
Bhaiya?
happens, no, Orga, what you're saying is perfect. So why do the thing is, why you need to understand, why do people react, why do they become sympathetic? We think of causticum, but why do they think they become sympathetic? Why do they become hard? Why do they become, some people start crying, why some people become helpless? This is individualism and this is homeopathy.
True,
So
true.
the fact is, when you understand the person and go back to the childhood and understand deeper patterns, you understand that the person is not reacting from the situation, he's reacting from that pattern that remained in him.
True.
He's reacting from that pattern. So it's almost like he's seeing the world from that pattern. So it's as if you're wearing this glasses. It's as if that human being is looking at the world from that pattern that he suffered or he went through or he has experienced from his childhood. So that it's very important for me to understand patterns within a person, and that helps me prescribe a remedy. And not only this, Orga, I do a lot of psychoanalysis where we try to counsel the patient, explain the patient his or her own patterns, and that often can cause a lot of awareness and healing for the patient. So
That was my actually next question, that do you offer counseling to your patients while treating
absolutely.
them?
So the counseling is not like a not the
Not
way
counseling
the
in that
counseling
manner,
happens.
but explaining the
So the
patient what he
so the
was.
counseling is very interesting, Orga. When you come to Mumbai in my clinic, sometime you should see and how I talk to the patient. What I do is I try to explain the patient in their own language. So if it's an ignatia, huh, you have to explain the ignatia exactly, that at how, at a deeper level, how that traumatic event has
Has
caused this
affected
kind
you.
of a shock for you. Yeah, how it has been like a shock for you. Or if it's a lachesis, you have to explain that how you are now seeing the world as a whole competitive phenomena, how you're seeing everywhere like a comparison. And suddenly when they realize, oh, this is my pattern, and there is an awareness within them, and that then there is a major shift, there is a quantum shift in that person perception of life. Recently a wise man told me that breaking one's pattern, breaking one's deepest patterns of looking at the world is the greatest freedom that anyone can get. So the freedom is actually just breaking one's pattern. They are like fixed belief system, they are there within us.
Exactly, Bhaiya. So it was a wonderful session with Dr. Gaurang Gaikwad, and I personally know him for quite a long time, for at least for 3 years, Bhaiya, right?
Yeah, maybe more than that.
3 to 4 years at least,
Three, four
from the
years.
time I have been with sir. I have always heard about you from him, and then I got to finally talk with you. With just
Yeah,
yeah, we talked like 3 years back, and
yeah, yeah,
finally we have met at Mumbai during the ABC,
absolutely,
and it
absolutely.
was all after. This is something I would like to say to all my viewers. Uh, Dr. Gaurang is an extremely helpful and extremely kind person. The main part I would like to emphasize that of his kindness. Again, we can think of Causticum, right?
You want to make me causticum basically, Orga today.
No,
You
I don't.
decided. You
I,
decided इसको causticum ही देना है आज.
it's not like that.
No, but anyways, I want to take this opportunity and in your channel talk to the participants and people who are seeing this video is that Orgo has just recently started his YouTube videos and his channel and his writings and his clinic, and I want that the love and the support that all of you gave me, please give it to Orgo as well. And he's a genuinely a very nice guy, and what I like about him is his spirit. His spirit is very positive and it's very enthusiastic, and it reminds me somewhere of myself, how I was maybe some years back. So I want that the same love and support to be given to him, and I'm always there for you, Orga. Okay. And
Thank you.
I
And
hope you I hope you reach the stars. Okay.
Bhaiya, I would like to say one thing to you, that for our young viewers who are just passing out, who are just getting their bachelor's degree.
Passing out means a
No,
totally
no, no,
different
no,
thing,
no,
by the
passing
way.
out of BHM.
Okay.
Passing out of BHMS, who are just starting their clinic. Any kind of message for them
um
about
what kind of
homeopathy?
message can about homeopathy?
Not about
um
mental disease, but about homeopathy.
yeah. So yeah, it's very simple actually. You have to find a mentor, Orga. I think for students, I will just tell you, you have to find a mentor, someone by looking at whom you feel inspired enough to take up this field. I think if you can't find a mentor, it is going to be a problem, and that's why I feel it's a responsibility of people like you, me, and many others who were lucky enough to find really good teachers to become an example for others and show them the direction. Because I feel that there are never bad students; there are only bad teachers. So 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 I think it's very important for them to find mentors, good mentors, and there are very very good teachers. Even in Kolkata, I know some excellent teachers. Dr. Subhas Singh is an amazing homeopath. Dr. LM Khan, I know him personally, phenomenal homeopath. Dr. Pralay Sharma, so many. Dr. SZ Khan, there are very good homeopaths in Calcutta. Not just in Calcutta, everywhere. You talk about any state, there are good homeopaths. Some of the people we know, some of the people we don't know personally, but they are doing amazing work. So my real message to all students is, wherever you are, you attend your exams and you give your studies and everything, but you try to find a mentor and take his guidance and see his cases, sit with him and see how it is really to be a homeopath. And if you feel this is the field you want to choose, then you give your everything, because sky is the limit. Sky is the limit. And the times have changed. Previously people used to think that you have to wait for 30 years to be successful, but I think if you really
Times
have
are
it in you,
changing.
yeah,
Not with you.
if you really have it in you, you can do anything. You can do anything and everything.
Exactly. And this is the same message I would like to, I would like to share a short line with you, that even all the big homeopaths, all the best homeopaths in the world, even say considering Dr. Sarkar, Dr. Sankan sir, all started like us, students, right?
Yeah,
If they can do it, why can't we?
absolutely.
And nothing
Absolutely.
short of 100%, nothing
every
short.
every every master was once a beginner.
And
Every master was once a beginner who refused to give up,
exactly.
who just refused
And
to give up.
if you can't give, you need to always give your 100% in this. Homeopathy is such a field that if you give anything short of 100%, you won't get the satisfaction you want from this field. This is what I have understood during this whole time of my practice. I have been practicing since 4 years now, and I've been with sir for 3 years, and he is one of the
Fantastic,
reasons
fantastic.
that I left a government job. Dr. Sarkar has been one of the only reasons that I have left a government job and started my giving focus only to my clinic itself. And after starting my practice, I have just understood. I have really got, what should I say, addicted.
Very good. I'm very happy for you and my good wishes with you. Okay,
Thank you.
Orga, let's call it a day and we'll keep in touch. And whenever you need me or my help, you tell me, Orga.
Definitely, Bhaiya. And I hope that you are always reaching the sky and even you reach outer space.
You want to just throw me away, yeah? Okay. आप मुझे यहाँ से बस भेज देना चाहते हो, बस यही डिसाइड कर लिया आपने.
अच्छा, reach the sun. ये ठीक है तो.
चलिए, चलिए ठीक है, आप जो
Have a
बोलेंगे.
great day, Bhaiya, and good
चलिए,
night.
thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.